For years, tech companies sold us a simple idea. Everything lives in the cloud. Your photos, your files, your movies, your work, your AI prompts. The cloud. Sounds clean. Sounds invisible. But there's one problem. The cloud doesn't exist. At least not the way most people imagine it. Every search, every Netflix stream, every online payment, every AI request travels into a real building, a building full of machines. And those buildings are becoming some of the most valuable infrastructure in America. Not skyscrapers, not factories, not office towers, data centers, quiet warehouses that most people drive past without thinking twice. But behind those walls, companies are spending billions. Power demand is exploding. Entire regions are changing. And the next economic boom in America may already be happening there.
Centers of the old have a bad reputation. They gobble up a lot of water. They use up your power. And then when they're all built, they don't employ many people. This is not that. Power's usage is completely self-contained.
First, people noticed construction. Large plots of land being cleared. Power equipment arriving. Massive buildings appearing. What are they building? Why does it need so much electricity? Why here? The answer surprised a lot of people. These weren't warehouses. They were digital infrastructure. Places designed to store, process, and move information. And suddenly, something people thought was invisible became impossible to ignore.
All these machines need power, a lot of it. So do the building's cooling systems and water pumps. The largest data centers can consume over 2 terawatt-hours of electricity a year, enough to power 200,000 homes. And just in case the power cuts out, data centers have backup batteries, as well as those diesel generators that they need permits for. In many data centers, massive cooling systems suck out hot air and pass it through air conditioning units in a continuous loop. The most common type uses chilled water to absorb heat and release it from a cooling tower. The cooling systems and fans emit a constant drone. The noise level is generally below the limits permitted for industrial zones.
Most people imagine the internet as software, but software always runs somewhere. Your Google search, your movie, your bank transaction, your AI request, thousands of servers. Every click creates physical work. Electricity moves, processors activate, networks transfer data. That's what data centers do. They're not websites. They're the factories behind websites. And America became unusually good at building them. America had 3 things: power, land, capital. Tech companies grew fast. Infrastructure expanded. Cloud computing exploded. Then one region after another started specializing. Northern Virginia, Texas, Arizona, Ohio. Places most people never associated with technology quietly became digital hubs. Because in the modern economy, computing became infrastructure, and infrastructure became power.
Texas and Virginia, what does it say? Texas and Virginia are currently leading the way with data centers. Go a little bit lower to see what the audience is saying. Go a little bit lower. I'm just wondering if other people are saying this is what it sounds like.
That one, Pat, is in Vineland, New Jersey.
Center. I had a data center that size as a client. It sounded nothing like this. In fact, it didn't sound like anything. What is making that noise? Jet engines, that's exactly what I said, because I don't think that's what it sounds like. Go a little bit lower. Let's see what she says. They use different forms of electric power. Some are even using gas turbines. Can we find out where that is, Rob?
I looked it up, Pat, and it says the data center in this video is Vineland, New Jersey, Cumberland County, South Jersey. Large Microsoft-backed AI
data centers are coming to Georgia, and they need a lot of electricity. New power lines are going up to feed them, sometimes in people's backyards, whether they like it or not.
It was solid trees like that, all the way up to here. And now we have this, unobstructed view of this new monstrosity.
Data centers were already important. AI turned them into strategic assets. Every AI model needs computing. Every AI response needs servers. More users means more machines. More machines mean more buildings. And suddenly, companies weren't competing for office space anymore.
In the Bertram chain of lakes, the guy from Skinnell Properties told me to come and check out this data center. I'm hoping that my phone is capturing that noise.
It is.
Oh my! Yeah, I
It
would go
is
nuts.
actually significantly
That's what the sound
loud.
that happens in my ears when I sleep.
Breathing, I couldn't sleep. I thought I was losing my mind.
Summertime is more of a during the winter it's like almost like an
Bought this house for the backyard. We just knew there was going to be enough room for chickens, for a garden, for fruit trees. It's a lot of money to us, but it isn't enough money to cover the damage to our property value.
Eminent domain is always a last resort for our company. In fact, we use it less than 1% of the time.
The only option is to reach a settlement with them, and I don't really see what leverage the average person has in that situation.
They were competing for electricity, land, cooling, construction. The internet wasn't becoming more virtual. It was becoming more physical. And America was already ahead.
The properties that we live on because of the quality that the property offered us. It is about the whole property.
What if in a year or two from now, they're gonna come and start another line because all those data center, how do we know?
To me personally, I need replacement value. I don't want a penny over I want my dream here to have my dream here.